Kia ora fam, this reading is for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars, Saturn. I feel so silly saying that, but I also feel like people forget where these placements can fall. Those are the main ones I usually get, so yeah. If you don't know your placements, but you resonate with the words on the screen, then maybe this reading is for you also. Yeah, we're just going to see what comes up for your what comes up for you. Yep. Please like and share this reading. I really appreciate it. Share with a friend, share with an Aries, Leo, Sag. And if you feel comfortable, comment down below where these 5 placements fall in your chart, because it's real interesting to know. For guidance and affirmation, do you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius collective? Cool, we have Ure friendship. In good times, friends know you. In bad times, you know them. What the guidance and affirmation do you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius collective? Ife, love. 2 of Cups. Even as the archer loves the arrow that flies, so too he loves the bow that remains constant in his hands. I'm just using the Aotearoa deck by, is it Aotearoa Tarot? Ooh. Guidance and information do you have? Some of you will be releasing overworking or like paranoia, just a side note. What guidance and information do you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius collective? Igbadum, pleasure, 9 of Pentacles. Once you carry your own water, you learn the value of every drop. I'm just going to read these to begin with. Queen of the Mind, Queen of Swords, the base, Gemini. So we have Gemini, we have Cancer, and we have, I think that's Capricorn. Could be wrong. Anyway. You'll are learning, yeah, about your connections, about friendship, about intimacy, and also about your independence. You're learning what to give, what not to give. Yeah, once you carry your own water, you learn the value of every drop. It's really making me see, I'm seeing Oshun, Oshogbo, the Yoruba divinity. I think there are different Oshuns, but the one specifically that carries the pot on their head, the offering, the water. I'm seeing that you'll have really done a lot of mahi, you'll have really done a lot of work on your inner self and maybe externally, and that has required a lot of strength and courage. And I also heard boundaries. And so I'm seeing Source and Samai and Divine Ancestors appreciate you all for the mahi that you've been doing in your connections and your intimacy with yourself, with them, and with others. And this is really feeding into your sense of self-sovereignty, your own, knowing your own life force, carrying your own life force on your head. The head is very specific for you all. So that I'm seeing your Uri, your spiritual head. Everyone has a spiritual head. Our spiritual head is pretty much our higher self, our higher intuition that guides us on the daily. So some of you'll need to be continuously interacting with your higher self and your higher intuition when it comes to navigating friendship, boundaries, love, changes, I heard. I'm also seeing you're really valued in your friendships and your connections, romantic, platonic, whatever it is. People really love you and they love your sense of independence as well. And it's teaching you, you show people as you value yourself, even if you feel like you haven't been valuing yourself, as you start to value yourself, you're going to teach people around you how pleasurable it is, how yeah, the pleasure in valuing yourself, having boundaries, but also being able to share intimacy and love and kinship. Yeah, there's that harmony between the exchange and the receiving, as it should be, right? Guidance and affirmations you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Collective, at this time. We have Eddie Jess, 7 of Clubs, contest. The rabbit that dances in the tree must look down to see how many open mouths lay in wait. Okay, for some of you, there are energies where you are going to have to protect yourself. And like we said, boundaries. You all are going to, and this is the future, by the way. There might be people that are in competition with you. This could be jealousy or envy. So just be mindful of that. Some people might be jealous of the friendship or intimacy that you share with others, or just your independence and how stable you are. You know, I'm thinking back to a Shuna Shubo carrying the water, the pot on their head, and, you know, it can kind of look like a balancing act. People might be like, how are you doing that? Are doing it so well. It's because of your strength, right? The strength because of what you've been through in the past. But people don't necessarily see the strength or see the work that you have put in the past behind closed doors, and will try to, might get a little bit competitive or triggered. I'm seeing that. So just be mindful of that energy. Some people might try to knock your life force down. I'm not really seeing that working. If so, I'm seeing that they will only injure themselves. So make sure we have 6 of Pentacles at the base of the deck. Make sure that, yeah, you're still being generous with your exchanges, but, you know, making sure that you're going to get back what you give in some sort of way. Again, not transactional, but just like harmonious, right? You don't want to be in connection with people. You don't want to be in relationship with people that feel like being in relationship with you is a contest. Yeah, no. And if you need to address it, I'm seeing that it could be the time to address it moving forward. Some of you might also just need to stand in your power in terms of take a sec, observe your surroundings, and look at which direction to go in. There's something strategic about this. I don't know. What guidance and affirmation do you have for... Oh, yeah. We have 8 of Clubs, 8 of Fire, Sun, Flow. If you cut your chains, you free yourself. Cool. So it's 7 of Clubs to 8 of Clubs, 7 of Fire to 8 of Fire. So there's a natural progression here as well. Yeah. Regardless of any competition, regardless of anything that comes at you that tries to take you out of your power, I don't really see it working. I just see you then transmuting and freeing yourself. 8 of Clubs is like really fast movement as well. There's a lot of communication that might be coming. Oh wow, we have 9 of Clubs, 9 of Fire underneath here as well. So there's a real natural progression. 7, 8, 9. Those numbers might be significant for you all. If you see 7, 8, 9 as well, like in your day-to-day, that could just be like a slight confirmation of this progression, moving out of having to protect yourself, defend your territory, and into more of a like open movement. What was I saying? Yeah, some of you will need to release some things, some people, some environments that you have been in emotionally. Could just be like emotions that you're releasing that are coming up to the surface. Again, you might need to communicate how you're feeling for this to happen. And again, that might take courage, that might take a little bit of mahi, a little bit of work, a little bit of strength, but it looks very much worth it. So yeah. Yeah, especially if this is coming up in your like interpersonal relationships, competition, that kind of energy, jealousy, if you value the connection, if you value the environment, you should be able to communicate, right? And that will help you feel more free. Sometimes freeing ourselves from situations or energies is just bringing the energy to the front. You know, when there's like undertones of things circulating around and it hasn't been addressed verbally, then it makes more room for things to be able to thrive. But if you just address it, I'm actually thinking of that. I don't know if some of you have read that book, is it Celestine Prophecy? I've only read like one of them, read it ages ago, but the one thing I got out of that book was talking about control dramas, and like we all have these dramas that we play out in our lives. I guess that come from trauma and whatever the fuck. We all have these dramas that play out of ourselves in our lives that come from trauma, whatever past situations where we're trying to control shit, right? Could be our insecurities, could be whatever. But once that control drama is addressed in a very in quite a neutral way, it dismantles it. That's also the same with juju. That's the same with witchcraft or hexes, spells, curses. A lot of the time when it has been revealed to you, for example, this is just an example. Say a spell has been put on you by someone or something, and sometimes a spell can just be like the energy that is directed towards you. Doesn't mean someone goes and lights a candle or is in the bush or some shit, fam. Spell is just your intention, right? So say someone's put a spell on you, say their intentions for you are ill, and they keep projecting that into your energy. Once we have seen it, first and foremost, that means that that's the first step of it being addressed. Secondly, once we speak it out and say like, this is what is happening, it really like breaks the stronghold of the spell. So yeah, I don't know who needs to know that. People only have as much power as we give them as well. Half the mahi is done when it comes to that sort of thing. When it's come into our subconscious mind, you know. I hope that makes sense. Guidance information to have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius at this time. Guidance information to have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Eru burden, 10 of clubs, a lot of fire. The same sun that melts the wax hardens the clay. So some of you might be feeling a bit challenged in some of your friendships as well. I'm really highlighted to in good times, friends know you, in bad times you know them. Just in terms of like, you know, friendship and intimacy isn't just about the pleasurable times, isn't just about the positive things. It's also about moving, and a lot of it is about moving through the negative stuff together, right? The challenges. I'm also seeing some of you will need to not carry other people's burdens for them. So if that's a thing, please, ancestors say please. Yeah, I'm hearing cast down your burdens. Let those things go if you can. Some phone numbers, information to guidance information to have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have 8 of Cups, 8 of Hearts, Yokuru, withdraw. A fish that can see its water getting shallow cannot be stranded. Ijoya Lokan, Jack of Swords. Prince of the mind, you cannot lean on air. Yeah, again, there's a conversation here. Some of you are needing to release some thoughts. If you'll need to journal, go hard to like let go of how you're feeling. If you need to speak to someone that you trust, I want to say as well that source is reminding that your friends are not just here for you to carry their burdens. They're there for you're to share the load as well. Like, it's an exchange. So make sure that your friendships, your connections are reciprocal in that manner. Also, with you cannot lean on air, I'm seeing, oh, I just heard talk shit. So a source is saying, like, I don't know if it's you or someone else around you, like, someone's being a little bit of a talk shit. And when I say that, I mean, like, acting like they are some way, but they ain't that way. Does that make sense? Like, you know, Prince of the Mind in the tarot can be someone that can, like, rush a little bit, say they're going to do something, not do it. So maybe you'll or others, you need to be mindful of others around you that are in that energy. What guidance and affirmations you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Guidance. A bee, fair lovers born, Page of Hearts. The heart and the bottom of the sea are unfathomable. Yeah. The courage that you're activating through, like, the mahi that you're doing on yourself is really bringing a refreshing for you. Yeah, as you're releasing burdens, as you're letting go of things that are not yours to carry, as you're not really taking people's ish and stepping further into your self-sovereignty, calling back your life force. I'm seeing some of you'll need to call back your life force, especially from, like, younger connections. So this could be, like, people that you haven't known for that long. Simply, I call back my life force from the north, south, east, west, all realms and dimensions, all people, places, things that do not serve my highest good, if you want to put it that way. So be it. What guidance and information do you have? Some of you will need to drink more water. Yeah, I heard drink more water, take a little, or drink water, take a little sip. I forget what song that is. Is that not Mick Jenkins? Is it? I don't know. I haven't listened to that song in ages, so. What guidance and information do you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Ipadanu, loss. 5 of Pentacles. It is the one who lives in the house who knows where the roof leaks. So there might be still some things you're working on. Yeah, like some burdens and stuff, like we were talking about, challenges that you're going through that people don't actually know about. I think on the surface, it can look like things are all good for you all the time. And obviously that's not very realistic thing to project onto other people. And that might be why you could be someone that carries other people's burdens more so than they can, like, support yours. If, you know, not that we're meant to be carrying anyone else's burdens, but I think you'll get me. But I'm seeing where there has been loss, where there has been lack, that flow, that fluidity, and that harmony is coming through if you let it. Like, I'm seeing, like, some cracks in, I don't know, cracks in whatever, in the soil, or even like cement or something, and I'm seeing, like, water rushing through those cracks, or where it's been dry. I also see that some of you might have some energy leaks. So what could I suggest for that? Grounding practices might be really important. Again, calling your life force back. And then it's not just about calling your life force back to you, it's also about maintaining it, right? If you keep calling your life force back, but you have, like, an open crack, like I was saying, that's leaking out the energy again, you're just going to keep calling your life force back to you in different ways, and it's still going to leak out. So it's important for you all to figure out, like, where the leakages are happening. So again, identifying, is it in your own relationship to yourself? Is it people around you? Like, what is it, you know? Guidance. It could be to do with a relationship. There's Gemini, the Lovers. If love is the sickness, patience is the remedy. There might be like some lack you're feeling. I don't know, some of you might have a choice to make, but you're feeling like you don't have enough or don't know which way to go or something like that. I don't know. Guidance information. Please clarify the Five of Pentacles for Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay, so we just have the Courage card coming out back again. Igboya, until the snake is dead, do not drop the stick. Right, so I feel like ancestors are like, yeah, there might be some things that you still need to work on. There might be some things that are taking some time to release, some things that you are still refreshing, but just keep putting the work in. Yeah, until the snake is dead, do not drop the stick. Pretty much, that's quite straightforward. And we have Suru, which is the Temperance card, Sagittarius, so it's about patience. You'll need to practice a little bit more patience. You might need to add or keep going into your stillness practices as well. That would be really good for your like shielding your energy and deflecting energy. So meditation, raising your vibration, your frequency, just to keep those, seal those energy leaks after you've cut off and released whatever needs to be cut off. Because again, if you invite it back in, it's just going to do the same thing. Okay, my loves, I'll leave that there for you. Please like and share. If you want a personal reading, our website is on the screen, and we're sending you heaps of love.